as we come in, we're starting with the year 907, the men that are coming in, the Anglo-Saxon area. Chester as a city was fortified by the Queen of the Mercians, the Lady Ethelfled, Alfred the Great's daughter. We owe her a great debt. Following on then we see the 13th century. It's and then we start to come in, it's of the 17th century, of the 18th century, and then the 19th and 20th centuries we see with the khaki just here. So I'm going to invite under these, Ethelfled as a queen, it must be fought, and it was under her leadership, which then arguably, one could say, set Chester on its trajectory for further advancement. So we owe a great debt of gratitude to Ethelfled. 1218, we see the 5th Crusades muster for the English and Welsh contingents. It's and typical Crusader infantry of spear and shield and crossbow. You can say they are marked on their arms by the white cross. King or for Parliament. Chester was a staunch, loyal city to His Majesty's cause. These two soldiers here are citizen soldiers. They are part of the citizens of Chester who enlisted. If you could just stop there, gentlemen, be so kind, thank you. It's the spring into from the 17th centuries and into the early 18th century, which is the early 1700s. So you take the line, please. Right, so we're going to go to the very late, first of all, the late 1690s. Oh, please, thank you, sir. So, obviously, now, this gentleman, you're not going to miss him on a battlefield, are you? It's what glorious reverence of social the frizzen, that it is his form of ignition of the powder. It's also, a key point is, we've got rid of long arms, and the soldier has a means of which to defend himself, which is the bayonet. This is now the early form of the socket bayonet. Earlier was with the plug bayonet where you went in, and we can see now the sentinel and the sergeant there just fixing their bayonets. Now I'm going to ask the sergeant just to show you some rudimentary, and this is from the 1708 drill manual about bayonet use. Sergeant, be so kind. So recovering the bayonet is the order.
Company, charge.
Charge.
Bayonets.
Bayonet. We've still got, I think there's a troublemaker just stood there, so he's...
Right, march.
So by the 1740s, uniforms have changed a little bit, and we see the second Jacobite rebellion in 1745, and Chester takes part of its story again, as were historically, we all know, the Jacobite army under the pretender Charles Stuart. So to sling your firelock, so not having a cocked hat, he's got this soft cap now which allows the musket to go over. That's why grenadiers had these caps, so the cocked hat wouldn't be knocked off. The match cord in the match case on the wide belt, as you see there, like the Civil War soldier, a burning match cord. Handle your grenade. So the grenade or bomb in the pouch just there. So the fuse on cap he would bite off. Blowing onto the match cord to make sure a burning ember is strong. So again, it would then lit, and the grenadier would then throw 23rd just to go 4th, please. And it's the and then I'm going to ask the khaki if they can all slope arms, please, and just come a bit more to the centre. And then, of course, it's the more latter times. We have the 2 world wars. Now, this is where this castle really does take a step in history, particularly in 1914. So, 1914, the castle is well established as a military base. It is the depot regiment, the depot of the Cheshire Regiment, the 22nd Regiment of Foot. It's the, which is this gentleman here. Now, if we have a look, if you go to slope arms, please, it's them, just march yourself up and down. So 1914, Lord Kitchener asks for 150,000 men. It was a big problem. He gets over 1 million. It's the so Britain is swelled with a lot of recruits. So again, the difference between we've got a dismounted infantryman there, and then we have the mounted trooper, but then dismounted. And as the Troop Sergeant Major said, it's at this point the British cavalry, still on horses, still charging around when needed, but it's as the trooper dismounted, fighting as an infantryman, it's the which saw the use of the British cavalry. He's armed exactly. Soldier from 1939, it's there when, still as the depot of the Cheshire Regiment, the 2nd Battalion went out to Dunkirk. We've even got graffiti in the castle drawn by soldiers who were under military arrest in our mess room, who went out to Dunkirk, which we found just recently. Churchill's defence. Here and across here, over in Hambridge, we have what was Western Command. There are many tunnels still lead in and around, isn't it, over near towards Queen's Park. And there are tunnels again associated with the castle, again to do with the defence. The Home Guard were Churchill's last chance. But this young lad here is typical of a lad in his early 20s who would have fought through Normandy. Again, he's equipped. Again, it's slightly differently from his First War counterparts. He's got the 37 pattern webbing. You see his rifle has now changed. He's got the Enfield No. 4 rifle with the pig sticker bayonet just there. And as per requirement, it's fighting through the Normandy countryside. D-Day is just one day. So remember, we started with 907, the glory of the Anglo-Saxons, the Anglo-Welsh, protecting this area and the influence of Ethelfled. We're going to the 13th century. It's with, again, the 5th Crusades. And then we went into the 17th century. It's the Civil Wars and the defence of the city. And in the 18th century, again, the Williamite period, the times of the Jacobite. Let's have you all on a big cheer. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah!